Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back for now. I just realized I need to update my event list on the scroll. Done. Like there's not enough events. I think if I stretch it, then it's wee so big. Okay. Anyway, I guess it doesn't need to scroll. That might be the best thing to take off. Do I right click on it? Yes, there we go. Filters. Edit filter. No loop. No speed. There, Fibre Shindig, October 19th. It's the only other confirmed right now. Alright. Ooh. I really did overfill my iron. Okay. I was like, I'm gonna fill it up before I start that come on like thing, and but I 100% overfilled it. Oh well. So I did say that I was gonna probably head out and like do the whole blah de blah. What was I going to do? Oh, I was gonna like sew, but my goodness, the brain just is not there. So it's all good. But obviously it is still also not there. So you know just how it goes. Share, copy. And I decided that what we are doing with the bags currently is good enough. And if I need to do something different, and then I'll do something different. No big deal. Anyway, we're going to work on getting the... what we're going to work on is getting the drawstring bags completed here. And then we'll do some more of, I think we'll actually iron. No, it doesn't make sense to iron the bags before I like cut them up really. So, okay, I'm gonna trim these down. These ones with seams are giving me a bit of an issue, but you know, we'll get it figured out. So these are getting prepped to make reversible drawstring bags. Because I've been talking about doing reversible drawstring bags since pretty much the last shindig in April, so 6 months ago. So you know, no time like the present to do this now. Since we're a month out from shindig as well, and well, yeah, we're a month out, so we got time. Not that I have very many sewing days, but you know, whatever. It'll all work out. So, part of why I'm here tonight is because it's like, all right, let's get cranking on some of this stuff so that it's like not as big a deal once we actually get to that point. I've got my list of things I want to make in general, and then we can always like change that up a bit. Also depends on if we get into the Heritage Park ones or not as well as to what we end up focusing on. But for now we're going to focus on the reversible drawstring bags, and then from there we're going to focus in on the I think that was too small a seam allowance. That was by far too small. Yeah, we're gonna do reversible, and then we'll do the steamy. And then we'll do the tote bags. And then we'll move on to the mini traveler slings. Which tells me that this was probably too small too. The kids were toast when they got home from school tonight. So we were supposed to go for our walk outside, but instead I like put them to bed. And then I went for my walk on the, wait, no, that's too much. So maybe the first line was the right one? 1 second. Math ain't mathin'. Yeah, that's too thick of one. So it needs to be like here, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, they were toast when we got home. So we had I got a little bit of food in them. Like very little food in them, to be honest. And then put my eldest in the washroom to go to the washroom, changed my youngest, put them upstairs in bed, and then came downstairs, dressed the eldest for bed, and then by the time we got back upstairs, the youngest was already asleep. And the eldest like messed around for a while because they ended up having like a 2-minute power nap on the couch right as dinner was finishing heating up, and it's just like, no. The 2-minute power nap, that means that they've gotten like an extra hour of bedtime. Anyway. Yeah, they were so grumpy though. It was intense. So we're just going to crank along on these for a little bit, and then, yeah. Oh, right, that one needs also to have the bottom ironed up as well. Okay, so this needs to be opened and lined up here. Right there. Yeah, anyway, so I went and did my like walk on the treadmill, which was good. Not what I was looking for, but it was fine to get out and get my leg day done at the gym, or at least a truncated leg day, which is better than no leg day. So I'll take it. Basically, I cut my squats today. I did leg presses and hamstring curls and some like, I guess they're actually technically called single Romanian deadlifts, but I call them the dipping bird. So that's where you like have a weight in your hand and you dip down. So that's one of my key exercises actually, because it's like it's supposed to help with my ankle stability and everything like that, and my ankle stability is shit. So I'll take it. Ankle and calf and like all the good stuff. So anyway, so I'm watching the J drama, The Many Faces of Ito, and we're suddenly getting reveals about who this Ito actually is. It's not the best thing I've watched. It's not the worst thing I've watched though either. So, you know, I'm enjoying it. Well, okay. It's entertaining me while I'm walking/running. So that's always counts for something. I've got a short run tomorrow in the kiddos gymnastics, which will be fun. They love going to gymnastics, so that'll be good. And then I've got another short run I've got my long run on Friday. I don't think is very long this week because I've got the race on Sunday. So this like training app that we have now is set up so that you can program in like your run dates and everything like that, race dates, and it'll like modify your program around that, which is super cool. So yeah, let me actually take a look because I don't know what it is. I am tired. I was like, I'll come downstairs and like stream, and then it took me a while to come down and stream. Oh yeah, okay. So Friday is a little bit, it's long and longer, but it's a tempo run. So that means that's like slowly increases in pace as we like, yeah. Tomorrow is just a base run, 30 minutes at the pace. So, for those, I'm going to try and keep myself in like zone 2 training because that's what I lack right now, is that really low heart rate endurance. So that's what I'm going to try and focus on in the next few months. Will I get it? I don't know, but I'm going to try my absolute best to try and do it. I think if I crack that code, it's going to be unlock a lot of potential, hopefully. Hidden potential. I don't know. Bang on. Bang on. Bang on. Close enough. Especially since everything else is pretty much bang on. Sweet, and that fold over, the last one worked perfect, so we're just going to do that again. Okay, so if that was like 3/8, this is probably about an inch. Here, just over an inch. Anyway, it is getting to the point with that J drama though that I'm like, all right, I want to know what happens. What happens? So, I guess I'll find out on my next treadmill run or something. It's also got like super catchy like music, which is always fun. So, one of my favorite J dramas is Nodame Cantabile, however it's pronounced in Japanese, Cantabile, something like that. I was gonna look something up and I can't remember what it was. Obviously not that important. So line these up. That's what it was. Okay, good. Okay, that's done. I need to mark the 5 centimeter point. And we do still need to do the fold up the bottom here as well, and then we can go in and put them together. These have been like a hang-up project in my brain since I did that first batch. Like, I've wanted to do them, but for whatever reason, I was thinking that they were more difficult, and now it's like, oh, like, why did I hold myself back from them? Sort of thing, right? Super annoying when your brain gets in your way sometimes. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes, but so often it's so very, very wrong. So, can't trust everything your brain says, right? All right, let's get this lined up up top here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's already done. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sweet, 13 left. That's not bad at all. Well, looks like we'll wrap up on this one since it's like nearly done. What was going on here? Looks like it was to the point of having the fold downs done. And they look very large. Yeah. Like too large. And then this needs to be folded up and in. There's the line, fold down to it, please. There's the line, fold down to it, please. Please cooperate. I know your fabric, but please make sure you cooperate. Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum. Sometimes singing to it helps. Like sometimes singing to a toddler helps. Lots of times it doesn't. But the occasional time, it does. And when it does, we'll take it. Okay, there we go. Then we open up. Clip. And clip. And then we're gonna go down like this. Down here. Of course, everything's under the fabric that I pulled out for this bag. Doom, 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 doom. Good. Done. The next. And I think, I can't remember if I counted that one or not. It really doesn't matter though. They just all gotta get done. All gotta get done. Dun, 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 dun. Obviously, I haven't been trimming down all of the seam allowances, but we'll trim down this one because it's so like fray-y. Just keep it cleaner while I'm sewing it. I'm going to quickly iron it again because it looks like this one got beaten up while I had them like stored over the spring, and that's fine, but having them flatter will make an easier, I'll have an easier time making. Okay, may as well start with the bigger one since it's already on top. There we go. Brain not computing for a moment there. I think that's right. No, that doesn't look right. Okay, the fact that I am having a difficult time with a very simple, like, wedge structure is indicative that it is getting late here. But we will persevere for a few more minutes here. There we go. That is correct. And yes, I could mark it, but I don't wanna. Yeah, okay. Right, and I haven't even been doing it that way anyway, because usually what I have been doing that has been effective is putting the ruler in instead. But whatever. And this is not even correct on this side. Wait, why is it? Ugh. Alright. It's not right. Okay. Let's start at the top fold. Welcome to your spa experience this evening. Tonight, I guess. It's late enough that it's nighttime now. That fold over first. Now we're going to turn it, pop it this way, and do it this way. Guess I should actually log on and see the chat to make sure that I'm not missing anything. There have been times when the chat has not come through. just measure this and make sure we're lined up. All right, now we can go up here and fold it up. And then what I've been doing the last couple times that's been super effective is I've taken the ruler and basically just used it to like measure up into the fold here. And then it actually preps it into the actual like or this bag's just gonna fight me because it's a polar bear bag, and polar bears are notoriously kind of vicious. So we're just gonna go with the fact that this fabric has a mind of its own. There we go. No. There we don't go. Oh my god. Okay. So why is it okay. Okay. We're giving up. We're using the system that she has in the tutorial because it obviously will work. So basically you just mark it on both sides and then you match these markings up on the fold. Actually measured that up from where I was supposed to, which was the seam line. Yes and yes, and then obviously these are a little bit crooked, so we might have to do a little bit of TLC up there. Don't know why it's this bag that decided to fight me, but all right. I guess one had to out of this batch, right? So isn't that how it always goes? There. All right. So I'm gonna fold it down right here. And basically what you do is you just pinch it until those marks match. Match the marks, match the marks, match the marks. There we go, there we go, there we go. Typically what you want it to do is to have it like be the fold line. So you could do this with like a little snip of the fabric or something like that. But this is just how I find works the best. Well, prefer not having to mark it again. I will lodge that complaint again, but apparently this one just does not want to behave itself. There. I think we're good. We'll make it work. All right, and then we're gonna fold this down. Actually, so is that one thicker? Yeah, that one's already thicker, but we're gonna match up the front one because we don't have more fabric on the front. We got more, or like on the other side of this. This is the one that needs to be fixed or ironed out more. Okay, what a debacle. That portion is finally freaking done. Ridiculous. Okay. Okay, that looks right. Like how for the last few I've been like, let's measure after I actually iron it. La 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 la. It's a little bit thin on this end, but that's okay. Press it down again. That. Then we'll flip it. Pop it down. Alright, so in the next series of tech difficulties that I've had this YouTube channel longer than the name has been Atelier Mikuzuki, and so now that I did get the opportunity to link the shopping to the channel, which is awesome. What's not awesome is my Google Ads account is connected to the old address that I'm currently using for this channel. And there's no way to merge YouTube accounts. And I'm like, and I don't want to swap back to this email address on the YouTube channel for the business account because, of course, it's that nice official domain name and everything like that. I'm like, God damn it. So I'm going to have to figure out how exactly I get this, like, sorted out. Feels like it's going to end up being another call or chat with Google, probably. Alright, so I'm going to line up with this right here that I just marked. And we're going to go in and we're going to get the wedge sewn or folded at the bottom here. Next, pandas and polar bears. Okay, this one definitely needs its seam allowance trimmed down here. Alright, so it's 11, so I'm probably going to work for about another half hour. We'll kind of see what my progress is on these drawstring bags. If I can get them all ironed tonight, that would be amazing. But I feel like at the progress, where are we at? I've been online for half an hour and we've gotten, I don't know, it's taking me about 10 minutes per bag probably, so it's probably about 2 more hours worth of work. But you know what, we'll get done what we get done, and then they'll still be waiting for me tomorrow. They've waited for 6 months. Part of this is it's like I want to get these done because I actually sold the last 2 at Knit City, even though I only had 2. So I'm like, okay, so there's definitely a demand. Because usually when there's less stock of an item, it's a little bit harder to sell because, of course, there's not as much selection. And then people are like, well, I don't want the last 2 or last 1 or whatever. But yeah, they both sold it in Knit City. So, like, sweet, I'll take it. But that does mean that obviously a restock is in order. Polar bears, polar bears, polar, polar, polar bears. Mm-hmm. 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 Polar bears, polar bears. Totally normal to sing about polar bears. Well, at least I hope it's entertaining. Those always remind me of like the Coca-Cola Christmas bears. Okay, so this one needs A little bit more to be even, at least. Because this looks like it's pretty... it's not straight. Never mind. Polar bears, polar bears, polar bears, dun dun. Joe for polar bears. You should watch out for polar bears. This is good advice. No, I do not have a polar bear as a pet, even though I live in Canada. They're terrifying bears. I really do need to figure out a way to make sure that I don't keep getting my fingers burnt or like singed by the iron. That'll be a goal for research once I'm off of this live stream, is figuring out how to iron without constantly like steam bursting my fingers. I'm sure there's some sort of thimble or something like that. I feel like I've seen thimbles that are like ironing thimbles or something. It could be off my rocker too. Who knows? I feel like that's something that I've seen for a product. And I've always been like, why would you need those? And then every time I go to do something like this, I'm like, oh, that's why you would need those. Getting much better at guessing what 1 centimeter looks like, or 3/8 of an inch. That's cool. Last race of the season is, or this year, is this weekend on Sunday. So that's exciting. I am cross-training. Cross-training just being the fancy word for I have cut back on my runs so I can do other things. Like calorie count. And not be ravenous constantly in a cut. And what else? I've been going for walks instead of runs, which is like down regulation for my body too, which is nice. Monday I have spin booked, which I'm super excited about because Monday is like one of my favorite teachers. And once the pool is reopened, I am going to start swimming again, and weight training is going as well, like strength training. So I'm excited for all of it to kind of come together and to see where I'll be at actually next year. Polar bears and pandas are together. Oh, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excuse me, there's definitely a couple I should focus on. So that one. Then we should definitely do this other Halloween bag. And the cat and the cats. Dog bags. Now, whatever. We just need to do them all. Moral of the story: they all need to be done. Okay, I'm just going to move them up so that we can all see them being slowly, like, chipped away at. I guess they actually, never mind. They're going to go here. I'm going to make sure that I do get that Halloween one done first, because Shindig is on the 19th. So what's that, like 12 days before Halloween? Ooh, yeah, we're coming up on the point where I should probably make the youngest's costume. Or at least we should start gathering supplies. They want to be a robot. So what I was thinking is we'll do the whole like cardboard box robot that we can decorate, and then I was going to get some like of the flexible dryer vent, I think, because it's silver, and we can make like legs out of it and probably arms out of it as well. Just gotta figure out how to finish off the like wrist holes of the actual the wrist and the ankle holes, like foot holes of it, so that words. So it's like not cutting and like it's not slipping over their hands constantly and all of that jazz. Because that would be frustrating, especially at like 3.5. I would be frustrated if my hands kept getting covered instead of being able to get candy. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I'll work until 11:30 and then it'll be bedtime. So about 2 more bags worth of time. Still more processed today than we've processed, like I said, since April. So that's nice. Did message my friend today because I had asked her if she would watch the kids while I ran, and then I was kind of realizing, I'm like, wait, that's like a really big ask for some like brunch with us, also with the children. I'm like, are you gonna be good for like 2 to 2.5 hours with them? And she's like, I've already been to the dollar store for all sorts of bribes. And I'm like, excellent, I like the way you think. I was like, I'll pack their iPads too if you like end up in like dire need of entertainment. But typically they like just standing around and watching the race, so I'm not too worried about it. Plus they really like Tara, so. But yeah, it just was like, wait, better double checking on this. They finally sent out parking information because it starts down around the zoo, and I was like, where are we supposed to? Well, okay, it doesn't start at the zoo. It starts in the like blob of land between the zoo and downtown, which is called St. Patrick's Island. And it's kind of like, where are we supposed to park that we don't have to walk like an hour? It's not an hour, it's 15 minutes. But it's like, I don't want to walk 15 minutes before the race and like show up. I guess it'd be a good warm-up. Should have taken it as a warm-up opportunity. Anyway, they did finally release the information for parking though. I'm like, okay, this is good to know, and it's where I kind of suspected, but obviously didn't know. Bunching here, so I'm just gonna let out some of these edge stitches right here, so I can release the bunching. Haha, success at least on that side. I should just be able to run everything that way. Perfect. Alrighty. Are you lined up? You are lined up vertically at least. And then not gonna mess around with it anymore. Although I don't really like this method of doing it either. Anyway, the wild run's going to be interesting because it's like so Run Calgary does a really good job of the Calgary Marathon. They did not do a very good job of I would argue, of the Mother's Day event, and that was a bad combo of a bunch of things. No, and yeah. Anyway, it wasn't fully Run Calgary's fault. It wasn't fully anyone's fault. But I do think that the marathon is better organized. So I'm hoping Wild Run attracts a crowd that is also like. Well, it's got a relay race, which is interesting. I've never actually participated in an event that has a relay race. And then it has a 4K race as well, actually, which is also it's just an interesting race all around because it's like that, and then the distance I am doing is like a 10 miler, which is about 16 kilometers. So it's not a half and it's not a full. It's actually like just shy of a half. One of those ones almost of like, why aren't you just getting us to run a half? Also, it goes uphill quite a bit, going towards the science center and stuff. I'm like, damn it. I don't want to be doing more hill races. Because that's what you get for living in the mountains, though, or close to the mountains. Why do they have to be so pretty? Alright. Yeah, I think probably 2 more, and then I'll be done for the night. Toast. Okay, so let's get the scotties and the umbrellas ready. Turn this seam out. No, that one's pretty straightforward and good. Going to turn, do the same. Did they match? Close enough. Good. Let me know if you have. Excuse me. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I'm more than happy to ramble, or if you're just kind of along for the ASMR sounds. Well, we're here for that too. Apparently, the ons. Why have so many of the bags I've made this year like been dependent on me freaking ironing? The gyoza bags, these bags. It's like you must iron your bags. Not like I don't iron the other bags, but like this is where all the construction happens in these bags. Pretty much. It's like insane how little actually happens at the sewing machine, which is nice, but also just like, what is going on? Okay. Pinch. pinch, in, and clip. Pinch, pinch, and clip. Okay, just make sure everything's like laying correctly this way. It's like, I am not going to behave on this side. Thank you very much. You think your children are feral? You have yet to meet me. Okay. Pinch. Pinch. There we go. Now, and with the bags that I'm repurposing as well for the embroidery bags, I have decided that we're just going to go ahead with what I was planning, except with like the larger bags. So all of them are going to just get opened up and trimmed down, and basically we're just going to open them up and treat it like it's new fabric again, because honestly I think that's still going to make a better bag. And then all we're going to have to add to them is a vinyl layer, although I do need to go in and test out if the small amounts from the large bags is enough to like do 1 or 2 binding sets for the like large and small as well, because I figured out why we need to use binding tape for them, because of like just how they're constructed. Binding is not my favorite. There's a lot of things I don't like about sewing, but we'll get better at them and then I'll like them better. I understand their places, and that's why I'm like, okay, as much as I don't like it, we'll do it. Actually, if you are a crafter, give a shout out what your least favorite thing to do about your craft is. So like, if it's knitting, is it like weaving in ends? Is it the gauge swatch? Do you do those things if you hate it like so much? I've definitely started leaving a lot more of my ends unwoven, although I have been doing that in socks, and I'm like, no, I need to do that in the socks or else the yarn gets tangled around my toes and stuff like that, which is not fun. And if you're like, Katie, you sure sound like you've got a lot you don't like about the job that you chose to do. Yeah, but that's okay. Just some days. And apparently today is one of those days. Days, nights, whatever it is now. Okay, there's the exterior done. So this will be the last bag for tonight. And then I will be back on hopefully tomorrow night to wrap up on these and get the embroidery bags rolling. And then after that will be tote bags. And a couple custom orders actually. It's like, there's not enough of the seam to open. There totally is. It's lying, but it's being very dramatic about trying to open. It's like, do you want to scorch your fabric? It's like, no, I do not want to scorch my fabric, thank you. All right. I don't even know what that song is. Okay, pinch, pinch. Pinch. And pinch. Aha. Aha. I did it. Okay. Good. The board was still hot. I really do like this quilter's board, but it is a situation of like, sometimes it holds on to the heat a little bit too much. Didn't burn myself like I burnt myself on the steam press at least, but still, it feels like it was a near thing. It's mostly also probably because it's like damp, so it's like really hot and slightly damp on top of it. Good. There we go. All right, so how many do we have left now? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. And we had 13 at the start. I did do a couple before that. I did the count. So yeah, about another hour to hour and a half worth of work. Definitely not something that we're going to go through tonight. I am going to actually sign off here. I know it's a fairly short stream, but I definitely dawdled, and I do apologize for that. I will not dawdle as much tomorrow night, mostly because I will have hopefully already done all my exercise and everything like that, and the kiddos will cooperate going to bed. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a fantastic night, and I will chat with you in less than 24 hours. Working on getting the rest of these reversible drawstring bags ironed and getting the embroidery pouches ready to go so that we can just move out to the sewing studio here. Tote bags. That's right. The other thing was tote bags. So we got lots to do. Lots of prep work to do, but we'll get it done before Shindig in a month. So have an awesome night, and I'll chat with y'all soon. Bye.